Oh, hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. I am here in my kitchen only because, like, our house, I don't know if you can see behind me, we've got tools on this counter back here. Stuff is pulled down off the walls. Our floors, like all of the living room, dining room floors, are all pulled up because we are supposed to get new floors starting Monday. So, Monday, they're going to come in and start floors in the living room. And I was doing a really great job at posting some stories with everything that's going on in our house, and I've really slacked on it lately. Um, Probably mostly because I don't want anyone seeing our house like it is. But I'm giving you a little glimpse right now because right here in the background you can see tools, but not so much that you're judging me. So today for this live, first of all, happy Saturday. I hope you are really getting ready for a day of relaxation, and or maybe you have a day full of fun planned. It is hot here in Texas and humid. So, whatever plans we have are mostly going to take place inside. And unfortunately, that means for my kiddos and us, we're cleaning today because we have things coming up this week that we're getting ready for. It just has to be done. So, I know I'm going to get some eye rolls from my kiddos when I say, okay, time to turn off technology and get started with our to do list, which is right here. Yes, we have to have a to do list. Every Saturday, we have to get some things done before we move on to having fun. So, if you are here or you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments so I can see that you're here. Today, for this live, we're really going to be thinking about what holds you back from unleashing your impact. So, in the last live, I shared all about what I do as a coach and consultant, as an impact coaching consultant. And today, we're going to be focusing on what do we mean by impact, and even more so, what holds us back. So today's live, we're going to be focused on one thing that holds us back. And then the next live, we're going to focus on another. Okay, so, hey, Allison, I see you in the comments. So let's get started by thinking about what holds you back from unleashing your impact. There are two major things that we're going to be thinking about: things that you lack or things that you fear. Okay, so before we talk about that, let's really think, what do we mean by impact? So here is the dictionary definition of impact. There are two versions of it. So there is the noun, and then we can think about the verb. So the verb would be to have a strong effect on someone or something. The noun is the effect or influence of one person, thing, or action on another. So two different versions, but still we're getting the same idea about impact. So we're going to be thinking about it as your effect or influence on someone or something. But you have to know, who is the someone that you're wanting to have an impact on? What is the something that you're wanting to have an impact on? And what is it? What is the effect that you want to have? Okay, so really take time to reflect on those questions. What is impact? It's the effect or influence you have on, I'm going to say someone, because if you're here, you're wanting to impact and influence others. What is the effect that you want to have? Who are the people, and what is the effect that you want to have? And here's what it really boils down to. What it really boils down to is you getting to your why. Deciding who you want to impact and the effect that you want to have really reflects on your why. So if you haven't gotten to your why, I have some stories that I have shared recently in the last few days about getting to your why. I've asked you, what is your why? If you don't know that, you need to get to it so you can decide how you are going to, who you're going to impact, and the effect that you want to have. You're going to hear my dog like banging on some bells in the background because he wants to go outside, but he's okay. Okay, so really be thinking, what is your why? Now let's think. If you do know your why, if you know the people that you want to impact and the effect that you want to have on them or the influence you want to have on them, what is holding you back from making progress? What's holding you back from unleashing that impact? What's holding you back from making an effect or having an influence on others? And there are two things. Generally, It's either that you lack something or that you fear something. So think about what it is that you maybe lack, or what is it that you fear that is actually boxing you in and holding you back, right? What is it that's holding you back? So think about those two things. If you're thinking about something that is holding you back, go ahead, drop it in the comments. Is it lack of something, or is it fear of something? You can just drop lack of or fear of. Today, I told you, we're going to be focusing on just one of those. So today we are going to be focusing on a lack of something. Okay. So there's a whole list of things that you might lack that could be holding you back from making an impact. Lack back. Okay. I'm not going to go into getting into rhyming things because I could get sidetracked with that really easily. This list that I have here is also in a PDF download. You can go to my website, catchingupwithkc.com. I have this pulled up somewhere, catchingupwithkc.com. And as soon as you get there, you are going to see a place where you can put in your email and your name so that you can get the free download. And it gives you the full list of things that you either lack or things that you might fear. Okay. So let's talk about these things that you might lack. You might lack, and I'm not really going to go into depth with all of these, but I am going to take a little bit of time to detail a few of these. So here are some things that you might lack. You might lack vision. You might lack trust. You might have a lack of mastery experiences. You might lack patience. You might be lacking knowledge. Maybe you have a lack of comfort or intuition or intentionality. Maybe you're lacking listening skills, or you have a lack of collaboration skills. So here's what I want you to be thinking about. Of those that are listed, what really stands out to you? What is it that stands out to you that I have listed here? Let's talk about lack of vision. A lack of vision can keep you from unleashing your impact because you don't know exactly where you're headed. You don't know what you envision for the future. You don't know the impact that who you're wanting to impact and the effect that you're wanting to have on them. That is your why, your vision. Okay. You might lack patience. Patience and the lack of patience means that I am wanting to make progress, but I'm getting stuck because I'm not seeing the progress that I want to see. So a limiting belief that goes with a lack of patience could be, I'm not seeing any progress. What does it matter? Or, man, I really thought that we would be here right now or by now, but we're actually here. Okay, that is a lack of patience. And we know that in order to make an impact on others, because that's really what we're doing, we're making an impact or having an effect or influence on others, we must have patience because that takes time, right? So if you lack patience, then you're really most likely going to get stuck and not be able to know how to move past that. Okay, so lack of patience could be something that's holding you back. And Allison said, lack of vision feels like lack of direction. Lack of vision feels like lack of direction, maybe feeling like the people above you aren't giving you direction that you feel that you need. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And so a lot of this really means that you have to have some self-direction, right, Allison? Okay. So we've talked about lack of vision and lack of patience, but here's something else that could happen. You could have a lack of comfort. When we get uncomfortable with things, it is really easy to stay inside that box, even when you want to step outside of the box. When we get uncomfortable, we want to stay in a place where there is comfort, where there are things that are known, where things are, we can predict things. When we step outside of that, it becomes uncomfortable. But the truth is that there is growth in discomfort. There is growth in discomfort. And I share that all the time with my colleagues. There is growth in discomfort. If we are remaining completely comfortable, then we know that we're not making progress and growing. Okay. So here is the next thing that you might be lacking. You might be lacking collaboration skills. Okay. If you are unable to collaborate well with others, then how are you going to unleash your impact, right? Because if we're unleashing our impact, it takes more than just yourself. It takes multiple people that you're working with, because these are the people that you are trying to impact, right? So in order to do so, we have to be able to collaborate well. And that can be really, really tough. It can be challenging because we have the tendency to believe that where two or more people are gathered, that collaboration is happening. But that is just not the case. That could be faux collaboration or fake collaboration, but not true collaboration. Okay, so here are the things that you lack. You might lack vision, you might lack patience, you might lack comfort, you might lack collaboration skills, or any of the other things that are listed here. Allison, you're on fire this morning. Allison said, yes, leading from the middle requires constant collaboration. And it's so true. Some of you are leading, actually, no, I'm not even going to say some of you. I would venture to say that every one of us in some way is leading from the middle. Whether you are a teacher leader, an instructional coach, an instructional leader, an assistant principal, a district leader, every one of us is leading somehow from the middle. Okay. Because even thinking about like your highest level leaders, they report to someone. They report to someone. They have to collaborate with someone else that is above them, right? And generally, like if we were going to think about your superintendent, even though they are the head of the organization, who do they report to? Who do they have to collaborate with? The community, the school board. So every one of us has the ability and should be leading right from where we are. And we can't do that if we are lacking some of these things. So how do we combat that? How do we combat a lack of something? Because you may be thinking, yes, I absolutely lack vision. Well, how do we get past that? Or you might be thinking, yep, I lack some collaboration skills. And really and truly, when you lack something, the solution is to go out and get it, right? When I lack something, the solution is to go out into the world and get it. Right now, I'm lacking water. What is my solution? I'm going to get some water after this. Or in the morning when you're really tired and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I'm going to make it through the day. I need, what is it that you're lacking? Coffee. So we have the ability to just go out and get what we need. You have a lack of vision, go figure it out. And who's here to help you? Yes, me. I'm here to help you with that. It's my favorite thing to talk about. Maybe you lack trust. Ooh, how do we go out and get trust? That's something we can say for another conversation, another day. But that can be something interesting to talk about. How do we go out and get mastery experiences? We have to make them. We lack patience. You know what? Work on gaining some patience. We lack comfort. Guess what? You're going to have to get uncomfortable so that we can move to a place of comfort. We lack collaboration skills. Go out and get collaboration skills, work on it, learn about it. So when I say for these things, we need to get it, most of these mean that we have to learn about it. And learning about it takes deep reflection and thinking work, and it takes a partner. And I can be your partner. And if I'm not your partner, go out and find a partner, okay? So that you can have these skills. Okay, so drop in the comments if you are thinking about one of these things that you lack and what you want to go get. What is it that you want to learn more about or get? Is it vision, trust, mastery experiences, patience? Is it knowledge, comfort? What is it that you lack, that you feel like you need more of so that you can unleash your impact? Okay, so today's live was all about what you lack and that is a lack of something in order to unleash your impact. Allison says, patience always, girl. Me too. I want to see results almost immediately and on the struggle bus when I don't see results as quickly as I would like to. So our next live is going to be probably next Tuesday. And we're going to be thinking about what it is that you fear. What is it that you fear that keeps you from unleashing your impact? If you want to partner with me before then and have a chat about the things that you lack, please, please, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me just by sharing in the comments below. You can catch up with me on my Facebook page in a private message. You can find me at catchingupwithkacey.com and find me there in all of my social media platforms. And if you want to know more about how to unleash your impact with teams, maybe PLCs, then go register for the Simply Coaching Summit of 2022. It's happening in July, but registration is still open. And you are going to want to get in on it because there are so many fabulous presenters, so much great content that you have access to for, I think, like up to 90 days or some crazy amount of time like that. So go register at this link, register for my session all about no more pointless PLCs, but instead how to lead impactful meetings. Okay, I hope you've gained something from this. I will catch you on the flip side. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. See you later.